Alright guys, Terminator here, and today I want to talk about the medieval mod for Rome 2 Total War 1100 AD because there have been some massive updates this year so far that I have not covered yet. Now if you don't know what this is, it's essentially a complete conversion of Rome 2 into a medieval setting. Tons of historical factions, new unit rosters, characters, unique dynamic events, and even unique mechanics that the game doesn't come with. Pope calling a crusade, equipment systems for recruitment, playable naval battles, you name it, it's got it all. And honestly, next to Anno Domini 1051 AD or Medieval Kingdoms 1212, this is definitely a mod you have to try if you're a big medieval fan and haven't tried it already. The team have also been working on, by the way, a specific Crusades campaign, first released late last year and now completely open for everyone to play. It's set in 1177 AD with major characters like Salah al-Din, King Baldwin, and others, so if you ever wanted to play a Kingdom of Heaven style Total War, you can do that now in Rome 2, which is truly an awesome time. For me, this is basically the 1100 AD mod, but with new start positions and new rosters, a completely new campaign. You've got the Roman Empire up here with as many vassals in the Balkans and squaring off the Seljuks in Anatolia. You gotta love that. You've got the independent Duchy of Aquitaine, a very unique campaign with angry neighbors all around, including a very jealous France, or the Lombard League, my favorite, in northern Italy, which is a major coalition of Italian states defending itself against the Holy Roman Empire. The biggest, of course, and the focus of this mod is the war between the Crusader states and the Ayyubid Sultanate. Playing as Baldwin IV in my first campaign, I was thrown into a battle straight away against Salah al-Din himself with the historic Battle of Montsegard, which is just an epic way to start a campaign. I love campaigns that just throw you into a massive battle straight away, not like the usual kind of vanilla Total War where you're just kind of testing the battle mechanics here and there, full on throwing all of your best units in a massive battle, and it's amazing. This battle is fought with some really professional units on both sides, heavy Crusader Knights with Baldwin, and of course loads of cavalry on the Ayyubid side, and it is just such a fun battle that sets the tone for your campaign. Defending the Holy Lands is no small feat, but if played right, you can push back the Ayyubids back to Carrick and then back to Cairo as well, and it's just such an enjoyable war in this campaign to play. Also, just on that note, if you don't own Total War Rome 2, you can pick it up with a massive 88% discount, as well as its DLCs on Instant Gaming, a reputable game key reseller that I've been using for a little while now, and I love it. They have a great roster of games with the rest of the Total War titles on sale, and there's a big summer sale from the 14th to the 23rd of June called the El Dorado Summer Sales 2024. Games like Ghosts of Tsushima, Helldivers 2, or even Manor Lords will have much bigger discounts than before, so if you're thinking about buying, make sure to click the link below in the video description to get your games for cheap and support the channel at the same time. Now let's get back to the video. 1100 AD has seen tons of work gone into releasing new updates every couple of months, which is pretty quick, that tweak balancing, add more and more to the new Crusades campaign, and actually address one of my biggest issues with these mods, which has been unit variety. So far this year, the team have added upwards of 50 new units across Frankish, Italian, and Germanic factions, elephants to Eastern factions, new mercenary pools, and lots of cosmetic visual upgrades to loads of units as well. What this means is both the 1100 and 1177 mods feel much more complete, with Italian spear sergeants, Germanic longbowmen, and even Anatolian crossbowmen, Slavic units for Pomerania, and even more unique units like the Mutatawiya warriors, the Knights of Saint Benedict of Aviz, or German Ministerialis. There's just so much more going on here than before. I'm happy to say that unit rosters here genuinely seem a lot more complete, and together with all of these new unit additions, battle balancing has seen a fair bit of polishing as well, in a way that I really like. The AI should now recruit artillery, which is a great change. You'll see more artillery pieces against AI armies on open field battles. Spear units have had a blanket buff to frontal defense, which is just such an important change. Often spear units would melt in the front line way too quickly. Holy Roman, Italian states, as well as Turkic and Persian kingdoms have all had their rosters rebalanced as well and totally reskinned, which is just insanely good work. And by the way, all their garrisons have also had a major upgrade as well, just such a huge improvement across the board. All of this has basically resulted in all these factions becoming much tougher as AI, more aggressive on the campaign with better units, recruiting much better armies for you to fight in the battlefield, and generally making the campaign and battles a much more challenging and fun affair to play. Destroying the Anatolians as the Romans is no longer a cakewalk. The Italian states have real authentic unit rosters now, and all in all, it's just such a great job well done. There's also lots of new additions and changes to the campaign. New champion models have been added in with more of a medieval feel. There's a new scripted trading event set in the year 1204, which is quite cool. Love that they keep adding new events and choices for the player to make. The equipment system, first introduced last summer, has seen a ton of tweaking and rebalancing, making it more complex, essentially, and more of a challenge to deal with. Production is now more spread out between buildings. Looting equipment from defeated armies and towns is more relevant and actually works better now, and producing weapons, armor, and equipment now also has an effect on recruited units, giving them better stats as well. The supply system has been given a new mechanic with the army forage stance, giving them the chance to take supplies from enemy lands, which is just a really good quality of life addition here. And finally, naval units now have equipment as well, which is just a huge interesting change. I'd love to see more naval units and more custom naval units be more of a thing, as it still feels like an afterthought roster-wise, but still, this is really great and makes for fun gameplay. All in all, there have been 5 updates in total this year alone, which just goes to show how much work and effort is going into trying to finish 1100 AD off. From edicts getting a big buff to reworked city looting, the new unit rosters, and rebalancing to diplomacy and AI income, there's really so much here in this mod that's new and interesting, and honestly, a huge improvement to where the mod has been in recent years. It feels like the team genuinely stepped up their game to release all this new content, fix up areas players had issues with, and for me, most importantly, make the unit rosters feel seriously done and balanced enough. It was always my personal biggest complaint, and it feels like this is an area the team have finally done justice. And if you haven't played the mod in a while and default to 1212 AD, just take my word for it, for the unit rosters alone, there's a very good reason to come back here. With the next update coming to 1100 AD, the team will have completed the unit roster rework and have expressed that their work will now fully move on to completing the Crusades campaign, which means very soon, in the next few months, 1100 AD will basically be finished, unless more submods are made, etc. The team will move on to 1177 and begin work to presumably add lots of new units, I imagine, reskins, new mechanics as well. Lots of great new mechanics were done for 1100 AD, so hopefully some more will be done here as well, and of course playable factions. Even though right now it's currently at 32, I wouldn't be surprised if the team didn't keep opening up new and interesting factions to play with unique starting positions and reworked rosters. Lots of work that have been done in 1100 AD will probably get some sort of shift onto this mod as well, and who knows, they may even work on even more campaigns in the future. An Italian Wars campaign based on the Rise of the Republic DLC would be an amazing thing to see, and if they get access to the Dauntless Days campaign map modding tool, maybe they'll work on expanding areas just as MK1212 is. There's plenty of opportunity here as well. At the end of the day, I know sometimes I drum on about Medieval 3 Total War and how much I'd love to see it happen in a distant future, but honestly, I'm done talking about what CA could do. We've already got great medieval mods right here and ready to go. 3 years ago, I might have said that MK1212 was the greatest of all time, that no other medieval mod really comes close, but today, next to Stainless Steel, Sardoms, Anno Domini 1051 AD, and others, this 1100 AD mod and the 1177 Crusades are some of the best medieval gaming you can play right now in Total War. They're fresh, mechanically diverse, challenging, and they feel like complete mods now, which I just love. With the latest updates especially, they've never been more deserving of high praise and respect. And that's it for today, guys. This has been my quick review of the latest updates for 1100 AD and express a little bit about how far this mod has come. Plenty more to see in the big final update for the mod before the team fully moves on to the epic Crusades campaign, and hopefully with their track record of great mod making, we see even more work going into new campaigns as well. I've dropped a link to both mods in the video description below, so get in there and try them out. And finally, if you don't actually own Total War Rome 2 or you're looking for discounts on your next gaming purchase, make sure to use my affiliate link for instant gaming as well. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you did, give it a like and drop any thoughts or questions in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.